Members of the European Parliament are pressuring Ukraine's government to hold early elections as a way out of the crisis that continues to grip the country. EU lawmakers have also called for intervention, using aid, trade and other incentives to support those in favour of an agreement with the Union. Now, Ukraine's government has said that it could renegotiate the terms of the association deal if indeed Europe provides more money. The sides met in Brussels and agreed to discuss a new roadmap towards a possible deal. While in Kiev, anti-government protesters continue to defy the authorities, blocking the city centre with barricades and suspending the work of government institutions. And as RT's Aleksey Yaroshevsky reports, it's not only causing chaos on the streets, but also taking a big chunk out of the country's economy.
Kiev's protests have entered its fourth week with no sign it will die down. The recent attempt by police to clear the streets proved fruitless and have only hardened the people's resolve.
It took the protesters only several hours to rebuild the barricades, which the police had taken down in a matter of minutes. And now they're even bigger than before. The blockade has existed for almost 2 weeks now. And not only it creates something of a traffic nightmare for the locals, but also, as the government claims, it cripples the country's economy.
Because of governmental buildings being under siege, Ukraine's prime minister says the country is still without a set budget for next year.
We're drafting the budget for next year, and the parliament should have an opportunity to work on it. The protests are disrupting many social projects like road construction and metro expansion, which Kiev badly needs.
The economic impact is being felt far from the rallies in the capital. At one of the country's leading winemaking factories, 1,000 kilometers away from the scenes playing out in Kiev, times are tough.
What's going on in Kiev is complete chaos, and it's causing serious economic damage to state enterprises like our vineyard. Our export license has expired because work in the public offices in the capital was disrupted by the protest. We were unable to export 5 trucks of wine to Russia and lost 250,000 euros. And now our contract with Russian importers for the next year is up in the air because they doubt our reliability.
And that's happening to a country already on the verge of economic collapse, with an external debt of $136 billion and what is widely seen by economists as a pre-default level. Standard & Poor's have recently warned if the violence continues, they'll need to lower Ukraine's credit rating even further.
Unless the country gets a large injection of cash from somebody over the next 6 months at the latest, maybe even sooner, then they will default.
Revolution, down with the government, Yanukovych to prison. That's what we've been hearing at the Kiev protests for weeks. But a possible default or economic collapse is not the talk of the town behind the barricades. Aleksey Yaroshevsky, RT, reporting from Kiev in Ukraine.
And police in Kiev had previously attempted to clear the streets of protester camps to make way for traffic in the city centre. Though the move sparked criticism from foreign politicians. Washington's going as far as threatening sanctions against Ukraine's government. Stephen Cohen, a professor of Russian studies at NYU, he believes the involvement of US officials could have serious consequences.
I'm not surprised, but I am disgusted that members of the United States government are standing in Kiev at a very dangerous and fateful moment for Ukraine, addressing crowds of protesters as though they, State Department officials of the United States, are the leaders of this opposition. In effect, they're contributing to the tensions in the streets. And I feel that if there's more violence, that these American officials and also the European Union representatives are there, that the people, the bosses, the governments that sent these representatives from other countries to Kiev are going to have some blood on their own hands. I think it's a very, very bad idea.
And we are closely following the situation in Kiev. On our website, we've got a live timeline of the events surrounding Ukraine. Just head over to RT.com for the very latest.